Good day, students, and welcome to Standard 7. Today, I will be teaching you Civics, lesson number 1, Introduction to our Constitution. Now, why do we study civics? We study civics to know the rights and duties of citizenship. In the earlier class, we have studied many reasons why rules are necessary in our lives. We follow rules in order that the activities in the family, our school, our village, or city are carried out smoothly. There are no rules in a family. However, there are norms about the behavior of members in a family. There are rules in a school regarding admission, uniform, and studies. Different competitions also have their own rules. The administration of our village or city is also carried out in accordance with the rules. Similarly, the administration of our country is carried out through a system of rules. The rules regarding family, school, village, or city are limited in nature, but the rules or provisions about the administration of a country are much wider in scope. You might have various questions in your mind like where can we find all the rules according to which the administration of a country is carried out? Who makes those rules? Is it binding on us to follow them? And so on. You all will get the answers for this question in this lesson. The first point we are going to study is the meaning of Constitution. The book in which all the provisions regarding the administration of a country are mentioned together in a systematic way is called a constitution. Now, here, provision means the actions of providing or supplying something for use. Provisions can also be necessary arrangements or services. And administration means the process or activity of running a business or organization, etc. Administration can also be the management of public affairs. This makes the Constitution a written document of the provisions related to the administration of the country. Now, what is government? Now, when we read the word government, we should always remember that the government is of the people, for the people, and by the people. It is a group of people with the authority to govern a country or state, a particular ministry in office. The government is established by the representatives elected by the people. It is bound to carry out the administration of the country as per the provisions of the Constitution. Bound is an action which is unavoidable. We cannot move further without an attempt. The rules and provisions in the Constitution are the basic or fundamental law of the land. While making the laws, the government is bound to follow the Constitution. If it does not do so, then the judiciary can declare those laws null and void or unconstitutional. Here, null means invalid. Void is something which is worthless or useless, and unconstitutional means something which is not according to the law. So, I believe that you have understood what a constitution is. Now, we move on to the provisions in the Constitution. Now, the provisions in the Constitution are about different things. Example, citizenship, that is belonging to a country, the rights of the citizenships, the relationship between the citizens and the state, subjects of the laws to be made by the government, elections, restrictions on government, jurisdiction of the state, that is, the official power to make legal decisions and judgments, or a system of law, courts, etc. Almost all the countries have accepted the principle of governance according to a constitution. Yet, the nature of the constitution of different countries is different. There are differences of history, differences of social structure, differences of culture, differences of traditions, etc., between the countries. Similarly, their needs and objectives also might be different. Each country tries to create a constitution that is not only suited to its needs and objectives but also is in tune with its distinct nature. Now we will move on to the necessity of a constitution. There are several advantages of governing a country with the help of rules or provisions included in the constitution. The first point is that the government has to function within a set of rules. Set of rules means a precise step by step plan for a procedure that possibly starts with an input value and gives an output value in a finite number of steps. This reduces the possibility of the misuse of the power and authority they have been given. Power is the ability or capacity to do something or act in a particular way, and authority is the power or right to give orders, make decisions, and enforce obedience. The second point is a constitution includes the rights and freedom of the citizens. Here, rights is that which is morally correct. The government cannot take away these rights, therefore, people's rights and freedoms are safeguarded. Here, freedom means the power or right to act, speak, or think as one wants is safeguarded. And safeguarded means something done to protect someone or something. The third point is running a country as per the provisions of the constitution is the same as establishing the rule of law. To establish is to set up. Then there is no scope for the misuse of power or high handed administration. Misuse is to use something in a wrong way. High handed is using a power or authority without considering the feelings of others. And administration is the management of public affairs or the government. The fourth point is if a country is run as per the constitution, the faith that the common people have in the government increases. Then they become keen on participating in the activities of the government. Keen is having or showing eagerness or enthusiasm. The democracy is strengthened due to the increased participation of the people. The fifth point is constitution presents some political ideas before the country. The nation is bound to act in that direction. It creates an atmosphere conducive to attain world peace and security and preservation of human rights. Conducive is making a certain situation or outcome likely or possible. Security is the state of being free from danger or threat, and preservation is the action of protecting something since the constitution also includes the list of citizens' duties. It fixes the responsibility of the citizens as well. So, I hope you all might have understood this part of the lesson. We will meet back again with the remaining part of the lesson. Till then, thank you and have a wonderful day.